In this video, I'm going to walk you through the ultimate diet for maximum performance, efficiency, energy, and output, and what you can eat as an entrepreneur to get the most done in a day and feel amazing as well. So I'm going to jump into my screen and let's dive right into it. So I get asked this a lot. What should I eat for maximum performance and efficiency and focus during the day as an entrepreneur? And one important thing to note before I dive deeper into the different nutritional protocols and what to eat and what not to eat is that no size fits all when it comes to nutrition. There are general rules that apply to nutrition and I'm going to walk you through them in this video, but essentially you really want to know and find out what works for you. If you don't have that clarity in terms of what foods to eat, then you're going to be struggling with brain fog and different types of inflammation in your body and in your brain, and it's going to be very difficult for you to get proper nutrition and grow your business and stay focused and energized during the day. So if you truly want to maximize your nutrition, you need to understand your gut. The best thing you can do is to take food sensitivity test as well as gut health testing kit to really understand what your body hates and what your body loves. So I can go on and on in this video about what different meats to eat, what different carbs to eat, as well as fruits and veggies and stuff like that. But if your body is allergic to it, then no matter what I say and no matter what good practices I mention in this video, then it's not going to work for you because you may be allergic to, let's say I mentioned that grass-fed beef is really great for you and you're going to try it out and you're actually going to feel worse and you're going to be confused, and it's because you may be allergic. Ignoring this step of not finding out more about your gut is going to result in poor performance and efficiency, and it's going to be very difficult for you to get work done on a daily basis. And the best gut health testing kit that I always recommend to my clients, it's called Viam. So you can go research more about that and you can get yourself tested to get a better understanding of your gut. In this video, I'm still going to talk about the general rules that apply to nutrition and what to avoid at all costs, no matter what food intolerances and tolerances you have. You still want to just look through this video and see what you should avoid, what you can prioritize, what you can try, and what to pretty much eat once you have a better understanding of your gut and choose from the list of different nutrition that I'm going to mention in this video. Alright, so let's talk about foods that are killing your performance and foods that you want to avoid at all costs. So here are some performance killers: bread and pasta, processed oils, which are usually found in dressings, ketchup, mayo, vegetables, cookies, and fruit juice. Low-grade dairy, low-grade meat, artificial sweeteners, high fructose corn syrup, and alcohol. And also you want to avoid these food ingredients. They're easily found in snacks and in different meals. For example, vegetables and seed oils like soy, canola, grapeseed, corn, and sunflower. Artificial sweeteners like aspartame, sucralose, and saccharin. Then high fructose corn syrup. Artificial colors like red 40, yellow 6, blue 1 and 2. Nitrate like sodium nitrate, monosodium glutamine, soy products like soy protein, soybean oil, and soy lectin, usually found in foods like tofu and veggie burgers and veggie sausages, and a lot of these foods that you can find in the supermarket. Like, it's really sad to see that everything that I just mentioned in the performance killers as well as ingredients to avoid, these are usually found in your grocery store, and they are hidden in different types of foods that you're eating without you even knowing it, that these performance killers are in there, right? So it's very important to be careful about what you eat. And there is this rule of thumb: when you go in a supermarket, then try to always aim for whole foods, like fruit, veggies, meat, and try to avoid foods that are in combination with something. And if you want to take this a step further, then you can always check the ingredients, and if the list is long, then you should avoid it at all costs. So once you know what not to eat, let's take a look at a general idea of what ingredients you should prioritize and you should consume. So here are the superfoods to include in your diet. There are some fruits like berries, avocado, lemons, lime. You can just pause this video and go through this list. These are very good for you performance-wise, and most of these have low glycemic index, which will essentially ensure that your insulin won't spike as much and your blood sugar levels will be stable most of the time. So you can just pause this video and go through these berries, and you can pick and choose from what you like and based on preference, as well as from the results of your gut health test. So now let's look at veggies: tomatoes, beets, cauliflower, broccoli, peppers, celery, lemongrass, Thai chilies, and many more. So again, like, pause this video, go through this list. Now let's talk about garnishes real quick, like cacao, ginger, garlic, and broccoli sprouts. Now, when it comes to protein, you have a wide selection here. So you want to prioritize beef because beef is really good for you. Of course, if you don't have any allergies towards it, as well as fish, right? And when it comes to protein, even eggs, for example, you want to make sure that the meat that you are getting and eating is from like an organic farm. And it's not really from a supermarket because that is full of toxins. Those, for example, chickens are full of antibiotics, and it will really harm your performance because they're putting a lot of bad things in the meat. When it comes to eggs, you can go with pastured eggs. When it comes to meat, like for example beef, you want to aim for grass-fed beef. When it comes to fish, you can opt in for wild salmon fillets, wild Alaskan salmon, cold smoked salmon, or wild sea scallops. Let's discuss fat. Fat is really good for your brain, for your overall performance. And here are some things that you can pick from when it comes to fat. Like for example, MCT, octane oil, grass-fed ghee, grass-fed butter in general, coconut milk that is full fat, BPA free, and gurgam free. Also, you can eat avocado, you can use olive oil for dressings on your salads, on your foods, as well as coconut cream. Let's talk about the herbs and spices because they're very important. They can help you with overall focus, energy, and they're full of antioxidants. They're very important for your body. So you can again pause this video and go through this list, and I would suggest picking like 5 of them or 3 or 5 of them. Maybe you have some of them at your house right now. Like for example, sea salt or Himalayan salt is really good, vanilla extract, stevia, or different healthy sugar substitutes. Then you have oregano, basil, cumin, turmeric, and many more. Okay, when it comes to nuts, I would highly suggest these 2 types, like pistachios and almonds, and you can either buy them and eat them separately, or you can buy almond or pistachio butter and use that in your meals as well. And lastly, here we have some additional ingredients and foods like bulletproof coffee, upgraded collagen from grass-fed cows, matcha green tea powder, white rice in terms of what to eat as carbs, gluten-free, grain-free bread or crackers, chocolate and cocoa powder that is raw and very high quality. It doesn't involve any sugars or any type of processing, and it's lab tested, 85% dark chocolate or more, and apple cider vinegar. So now you understand the base of good nutrition and what you can eat to maximize your performance, focus and output, and overall efficiency during the day as an entrepreneur. And now I don't want you to get overwhelmed because I mentioned a lot in this video, and this is not for you to go and buy everything that I've just mentioned. You can just pick and choose based on your preference and also based on what your gut health testing kit is telling you, and you can just adjust from there. So again, you can pick and choose, and that leads me to the next step, which is creating a diet plan based on these foods and based on what you prefer. So that's exactly what I did when I first learned about proper nutrition, and I do the same with my clients. So here are some rules when it comes to peak nutrition and diet. Rule number 1, include simple carbs and quality protein together with every meal. Why is it? Well, in order to support healthy metabolic functions such as energy levels, thyroid conversion, and focus and output, you need to keep your blood sugar balanced. So eat these macronutrients together in every meal to avoid harsh fluctuation in your glucose levels. So combine fats, carbs, and protein with every meal to ensure that you don't have these crazy spikes, but you don't also have the crazy lows. Eating meat alone, especially beef and eggs, can trigger insulin response, which will result in lowering your blood sugar, okay? And you will feel a bit hazy, you will not feel as focused as you should be, okay? And maybe your head will start to hurt and you will feel really sick sometimes. Eating simple sugars alone, such as fruit, orange juice, and white rice can spike your blood sugar, and then you're going to feel really anxious, jittery, have brain fog, and it's going to be, again, very difficult for you to focus. So what you want to do, you want to combine all of these macronutrients together. If you have high blood sugar levels, then you want to decrease your intake of sugars, and if you have low blood sugar levels, you want to slightly increase the intake of your sugars. Rule number 2 is that as an entrepreneur, you don't need to count every single calorie and macros. However, you should be aware of your ideal ratios. Everyone has their own blueprint with macronutrients and what works for them. Here is how to find out yours. If you feel headaches, chronic thirst, and urination or light headaches after you eat your meal, your blood sugar level is too high. So introduce more protein next time introduce more protein to counteract this. If you feel sluggish, fatigued, and you lack energy after your meals, your blood sugar is way too low, so you want to introduce some simple sugars like organic, fresh squeezed orange juice or dark chocolate. Rule number 3 is to focus on eating enough carbs, proteins, and fats every single day. So carbohydrates, which converts to glucose, are primary source of the cell. Think of carbs for the body as a gasoline for the car. So when it comes to sugar and it being bad for you, because sugar gets a lot of bad rep these days, real sugar is not bad for you. Sugar from raw honey and fruit, maple syrup, and cane sugar, when it's organic and raw and good, can actually be very beneficial for you, right? And as I've said, sugar gets a bad name because of man-made sugars like high fructose corn syrup and very harmful artificial sweeteners. And the reason why people hate sugars and they really complain about it is because they eat it or drink it alone. Drink a glass of orange juice alone and they then feel this crazy high in their insulin and their blood sugars, and then of course they have headaches and they feel bad, and that's what they say, that sugar is bad. But it's actually not true. You can eat it with protein and fat and you will be able to stabilize and neutralize your blood sugar levels, and this will not happen for you. Okay, so sugar and glucose in general is very healing for your body, so never eat it alone. When it comes to protein, think of it as a building blocks or foundations for your tissue repair, and protein controls the quality of your skin, joints, muscles, and so on. You get your protein from a variety of sources to include all amino acids absorption, and you can just go to the list above that I mentioned about different types of protein, and you can just pick and choose from there. Fats can be used as an energy in your body as well as a carrier for essential nutrients and provide some sort of a structural support. And lastly, here is a bonus rule for you, which is a simple timing rule. You want to eat smaller but satiating portions during the day, but leave the most calories amount of food later in the day once you're done with your work. So that's everything for today's video about diet and nutrition for high performance. If you liked it, hit the thumbs up, subscribe for more content, and I will see you in the next one.